Akira Kurosawa was born on March 23, 1910, in Shinagawa Prefecture in Tokyo, Japan. His mother was a housemaker and dedicated wife, raised in the Meiji period of Japan. His father was a lifelong military man who loved sports, especially gymnastics, swimming, and baseball. Akira was the youngest of three sisters and a brother with whom he grew up with. He had a few more siblings that moved away before he was born and thus had minimal contact with them. A self confessed crybaby, Akira would oftentimes be ridiculed by his classmates, going so far as to pull his ponytail and rub snot on his clothes. His older brother Heigo was of no help to little Akira, hurling insults at him to try and toughen him up. Once his brother took him on a boat to the middle of a lake where he pushed Akira in and started to row away as soon as he would try and get close to the boat. The ordeal frightened Akira, but at the same time got him to love swimming, which he would enjoy the remainder of his life. It was around this time that his father would take him and the rest of the family to the movies. In Japan, in those times, movies were considered immoral, but his father was steadfast and insisted on taking the entire family to watch them. Kyorei and Zigomar were early films that enthralled Akira. La Rue by Abel Gance, who created the montage sequence, also had a deep impact on him. While in primary school, Akira tried and fell in love with kendo, the Japanese discipline involving the study of the sword. His father, who himself was a descendant of samurai, was overwhelmed with joy and persuaded Akira to take calligraphy on top of his kendo training. The two disciplines enhanced Akira's confidence immeasurably. On September 1st, 1923, at the age of 13, Akira was to survive the Great Kanto earthquake that devastated Tokyo, killing many. His brother insisted that they see the ruins together. The morbid tour gave Akira the chance to face his fears and not look away at the immense devastation it caused. Seeing every dead body imaginable, he learned that fear was an illusion. He credited this experience with him growing up. At the age of 18, Akira, or Kuro-chan, as some of his friends would call him, wanted to join the army. The recruiter, however, sensed that he was better suited to serve the country a different way, and he wasn't admitted. The next few years for Akira were spent reading, literature, painting, and trying to survive a worldwide economic depression. Things changed abruptly for Kuro-chan when in 1933 his older brother and mentor, Heigo, committed suicide. His death was shocking but not without warning, for his brother would constantly talk about how people become spiritless and mean over the age of 30. His death shook Akira to the core, and he would spend the next 3 years not knowing what to do with himself. That would change in 1936. At the age of 26, Akira answered an ad posted by PCL, or Photochemical Laboratory, wanting assistant directors. The interview was cut up into 3 sections. It concluded that Akira being offered a job as assistant director. It was at PCL that Akira was to meet and work closely with filmmaker Kajiro Yamamoto. He taught Akira everything about filmmaking: editing, costume, lighting, script writing, casting, makeup, set design, and wardrobe. In total, he assisted on 17 of Yamamoto-san's movies until finally getting into filmmaking for himself. His directorial debut was the 1942 hit Sugato Sanshiro, about a young man who wanted to be a judo master. Pleased with the success of his first movie, the studio granted him a second film called The Most Beautiful, which was about young girls working in a factory to support a wartime Japan. All wasn't well with the studio, however. Akira would find it hard to live in harmony with the studio. Censorship, tight purse strings, and walkouts would hinder his movie productions. Once he even threw his lunch, rice balls and pickled radishes, at a department head who promised but didn't deliver better food for him and his employees. His most notable works were the 1948 drama The Drunken Angel, which was about an alcoholic doctor with a heart of gold; Rashomon, which told of a crime from 4 different points of view; The Hidden Fortress, which was to become the basis of the first Star Wars movie; and perhaps his crown jewel, Seven Samurai, which centered around a village of poor, downtrodden farmers that hired 7 samurai to protect their village and crops from outlaws and bandits. In 1945, he was to marry actress Yoko Yaguchi, whom he first met on the set of his second movie, The Most Beautiful. They had 2 children together, 1 boy and 1 girl. The marriage lasted for 39 years until her death in 1985 at the age of 63. Akira Kurosawa influenced an entire generation of filmmakers, including Steven Spielberg, Oliver Stone, and George Lucas, to name a few. Awards and accolades poured in from all angles to celebrate a lifetime of dedication to his art. Akira Kurosawa, filmmaker, father, husband, and Japan's national treasure, died on September 6, 1998, at the age of 88.